Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're going to look at creating an effect like this where a building or some object in your image is painted in a flat color in Adobe Photoshop. So I have this image here that I downloaded from unsplash.com. It's by Joe Hepburn. I'll give you a link to the image in the description. I've cropped it a little bit to focus more of the attention on the building here. Now to create the effect that we're going to use a hue saturation adjustment layer, but before we do, I want to select the area that we are going to actually impact, which are these buildings here. But because the sky is so light, it's actually going to be easier for me to select the sky. So I'm going here to the quick selection tool and I'm just going to drag over the sky. And I've made a pretty good selection here. If I were being a little bit more careful, I would clean it up a little bit. There's a little bit here and a little bit here that could be cleaned up, but I'm just going to go with this. So at the moment I have the sky selected. What I want to do is to select the building. So everything that is not selected should be selected. So we'll just go to select and inverse. And now the buildings are selected. Now I'm working on a layer here. All I did was double click the background layer in that image to make it a layer. And I'm going to add to this image now our hue saturation adjustment layer. But because we've got the building selected, it's going to have a mask on it that is only going to affect the building. So let's go to layer, new adjustment layer and hue saturation. And we'll just click OK. Now the hue saturation adjustment layer allows us to alter the colors in the image, but what we want to do is to colorize. So I'm just going to go straight here and click on colorize. And what is happening here is that the saturation has been dropped, the lightness is where it was, and we've selected a color. And so this is the color selector. So we can make these buildings whatever color we like. I kind of like it into these orangey pinks, so I'm going to take it up there. But at the moment it's all too dark for me, so I'm going to increase the saturation a little bit and then increase the lightness. So I still have a sort of crisp look, but the lightness is giving me more of a color impact. And at this point you can just go and select the color that you want to use. You can close the dialog, and here is our hue saturation adjustment layer with its mask. If you need to change the adjustment, you just come here and double click on the thumbnail and we can make it any color that we like. Now another effect that you can apply to this is to actually adjust the building underneath. So I'm going back to the building layer and I want to lighten it a little bit. So with the building layer selected, I'm going to choose layer, new adjustment layer, and I'm just going to use a levels adjustment. It's a very simple adjustment to use and it's pretty good for this particular building. So these are the lightest pixels in the image. This is the midtones, these are darks. What we can do with this slider here is we can darken the darks and we can lighten the lights, and then we can lighten the entire image by going in the left direction. That lightens the image. If we go to the right, it darkens. Now you might be wondering how you might lighten the darks. Well, the lighten the darks bit is down here. We don't often use it, but in this case it might help us a little bit. So I'm just going to bring that across, and it is lightening some of these areas here. And from here I can just work what I want the rest of the buildings to look like. But really what attracted me to this image was this text here. I just think it's really fantastic. I really like the image because of that. Now another effect that I've seen lately is to do a building like this, but to add a pattern to the sky. Seems a bit strange, but let's have a look at that. I'm just going to click the plus symbol here and we're going to add a pattern. To do this we can just go to the patterns dialog, and I happen to have a lot of patterns because one of the things I do is make lots and lots of patterns. So I'm just going to grab one of these patterns. I kind of like the gingham effect, so I'm just going to select it. I'm going to close the patterns dialog for the moment. What we've done is we've added a pattern to everything, but what I want to do is to limit the pattern to only the sky. Now we already know that this particular layer mask here limits everything to the building. So if we do the inverse of this, we're going to limit everything to the sky. So what I'm going to do is take this layer masks, I'm going to hold down the Shift key and the Alt key on a PC, that's Option and Shift on a Mac. I'm going to drag it up here. I still have my fingers on those keys. Still have my fingers on the keys. Replace the layer mask, yes, my fingers are still on the keys, and now I'm going to let go. So what this Shift and Option did was it gave us a duplicate of this layer mask but inverted it in the process. It's just a simple way of doing it. So now we can look at the pattern. If I double click here, I can get to the pattern dialog. I can change the pattern by selecting here and choosing a different pattern. I can also change the scale. I'm going to make it 50% so it is a little bit smaller of a pattern, and you can also rotate it. So for example, put it at 45 degrees. Now if this is too dark, we can always lighten it by just dialing down the opacity. So we'll be seeing a little bit of the layer underneath, which is just the sky anyway. Now this is a really fun effect, and it's something I've seen quite a bit of lately. I have another rendition of it here, same building, different effect. So let's see how I built this up. So I started by going and selecting just the face of this building, because that took a few minutes to get this mask really good. So what I did was effectively this. So on this layer is only this part of the building, and then I added my hue saturation adjustment layer to that layer. You can see that there's a little bent arrow here. This layer is created so it only affects the layer immediately below it. And then of course I had my original image still sitting there, and this is a levels adjustment similar to what we did on the other image. It's just adjusting the image a little bit to make it lighter. If we want to change the color, again we're just going to double click here, and here is the control for our color and also for the saturation and lightness here, which we can work at, and just close the dialog when we're done. So there are some creative ways of looking at using a hue saturation adjustment in images in Photoshop. A little bit of a fix in terms of using the levels adjustment too to get the image that you want. If you like carefully researched content like this, clearly presented in a step-by-step format so that you can get great results, then you'll love my Skillshare content. I'm a Skillshare top teacher. I have hundreds of short courses on Skillshare that you can access, along with thousands of other great courses, all for the price of a single subscription. If you're interested, there's a Skillshare coupon for you in the description below to use to sign up. Using this coupon benefits me as a creator, and it helps me continue to make free content available here for you also on YouTube. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial. On the screen now, you'll see a video that I've hand-picked for you. If you enjoyed the video you've just watched, I know that you're going to really enjoy the one I've picked for you to watch next.